of the reasons that I wanted to bring up about why sex is more than intercourse is that it has a lot of health benefits. There's been studies done that show sex can improve your sleep. It can decrease your sensation of pain. It can lower your blood pressure. And for those with depression, it can actually help your symptoms. Sex, it affects your immune system as well. And it affects it in a positive way. So if you're getting regular sex, it can keep you from getting sick. And for all of those reasons, plus keeping the human race going, your brain is actually hardwired to pursue sex. So a lot of times with my clients, and even with my patients in the office, they're like, well, I don't want to have sex, and it's fine, right? I don't need to have sex, it's not important. And I counter that, and I have to say, no, your brain is hardwired to do that. And as a matter of fact, your brain is your biggest sex organ. So before anything else gets revved up and going in your body, your brain has to be on board. Now there's some parts of your brain that are more like they have like a reflex loop. So something happens, a part of your brain gets activated, you do an action. That older part of your brain is what we call the reptilian brain. And it controls your basic drives, your basic desires. Something as simple as having to go to the bathroom or wanting to go to sleep or looking for water when you're thirsty. Sex is in that same kind of foundational basic loop that you have operating. But there are also other parts of your brain that have developed over time that can override those reflexes. So like right now, if you felt like you needed to go to the bathroom, you could probably control that. You would override that with the newer parts of your brain. Well, same with sex. Say you were watching your partner wash the dishes, and you were like, oh, hey, that's kind of sexy. I think I might give him some tonight. Part of that is that reflex of, okay, I feel like I'm receptive to sex. But there was an extra stimulus that was added on top of that to influence you and to say, okay, yeah, I think I'll let it happen tonight. Conversely, if you guys had an argument in the morning and nighttime rolls around and he's like, hey, what's going on? And you're like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it right now. That same part of your brain is kind of overriding that. That's the part that's controlling your emotions and your logic and your reasoning. So, what happens in your day-to-day life definitely influences whether or not you're going to be having sex on a regular basis. And it's kind of like you needing to be open and creating some space if you want to see more sex in your life. Now, secondly, sex is more than intercourse because it does affect what happens outside of the bedroom. We just talked about the things that happen outside of the bedroom that can shut things down in the bedroom, but it also affects things on the outside. Intimate relationships are definitely affected. If you're not having regular sex and one partner wants it and the other partner doesn't, it can make things a little difficult, a little hard. There's lots of feelings of anger and detachment and isolation, and that actually can lead to infidelity and sometimes divorce. There's a lot of resentment, bitterness, those kinds of things. But it's not just your intimate relationships that suffer. When you don't have the regular release of sexual energy, you actually become a little more cranky, a little more irritable, things bother you a little easier, and that can show up with your kids. That can show up with strangers on the street, road rage. It can show up as you picking fights with your coworkers. So there is a big effect that sex can have not just on your intimate relationships, but on the relationships outside of the bedroom. And they definitely, all your relationships really, but your intimate relationships specifically, they play a big part in your overall sense of well-being. And it affects everything. Everything can suffer. Your creativity, your confidence, and even your ability to solve problems.